All right, it's Daddy's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daddy. Happy birthday. Oh, and to Oliver. To you.
Wait,
One, two, three.
I got there first.
Whoa, Oliver, did you blow them?
Blow.
Should we light one again so Oliver can blow it? Oliver, blow out your two candles.
1, 2, 3, blow.
Like this.
Blow your candle. Can you blow it? Oliver, blow.
He doesn't know.
He tried. Are these trick candles?
Maybe.
You did it!
Good job, buddy.
No.
So really this was Tim's cake, but it also is gonna be Oliver's birthday, but we are gonna be doing something else for your little birthday, buddy. And then for Tim's birthday, we've got this fun card from the boys. It says, from the both of us, some birthday cards promise the moon. This one gives you 2 of them. So silly. What's
He
wrong?
wants to grab the cake.
Oh, okay. What is it? It's what? Oh, yeah? Did you like your birthday cake, buddy? What about you?
Oh, good.
Yeah?
I love it.
I like it.
You love it?
I love it.
It was good. If you guys remember, way back when we first started the channel, Tim used to get a cookie cake all to himself.
Yeah. There's nothing stopping you. Right. You need to buy a cookie cake.
Oh my gosh. I could not imagine eating that whole cake now.
I know.
Another one?
Yeah.
Buddy, you just had, that was kind of a lot for you.
Right?
It's a good thing that we got these happy birthday plates for Turtle's birthday when we went to the fort, remember? Yeah, I'm glad we had those. Worked out perfect. Okay, so earlier we went to Universal Studios. We've just been kind of relaxing ever since, but now it's dinner time. So the birthday boy requested
4 cups of ghoul.
He got the shirt, you guys.
I got the shirt.
I have to show them the shirt because so many people were like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, the shirt. If you saw the Universal video, you might have already seen this, but
I put my sunglasses on because we're leaving. I'm not like a cool dude. This is it. 4 cups of ghoul.
4 cups of goo.
And it's funny because it's like actually a tarot card.
Yeah, a real one.
It's like depression, basically.
Well, no, it's saying that you miss out on positive things because you're too busy being disappointed.
You're like too apathetic.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I think I've gone too far. I've looked at too many things on my phone to go back to it.
Oh no, but it's a pretty cool shirt. Look at that scary guy.
Yeah, look at him. He's like dancing on somebody's grave.
Oh no. He looks like he's doing the things he loves.
Right?
He's not missing out.
This guy, on the other hand,
Oh no.
I'm missing out.
But yeah, so we're gonna go to Firehouse Subs, grab our dinner,
4 cups of ghoul.
and we will, oh, because I didn't actually, you never said what you wanted. We're getting Firehouse, not,
Firehouse, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I was like, I don't want I want to eat terrible things all the time.
Yeah.
But like, we were out in the sun all day, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, I don't want anything too filling or too terrible. And I know that when I have Firehouse Subs, I just like feel okay afterwards.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
not like
full and I'm
fried and, yeah.
Not like when you go to Subway and you stink like Subway afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't eaten at Subway in years.
Decades, I feel
Because of
like.
that.
Yeah. So anyway, we are going to get in the car and go get some subs. Let's go.
All right, here it is, my Firehouse Sub order. Sub on a club, no onions. I did get chopped pickles this time. It's not that they're bad, but I think I would get it without the chopped pickles next time. They're like, they put too many on there, I think. I kind of wanted just like a smattering of pickle flavor.
Did you hear that word?
Smattering?
That means
I don't know.
the teensy bit.
Yeah, it means a teensy bit. That's right.
Yeah, but you say it all the time, so it makes you feel like you just heard it.
What are you eating?
Subby.
What kind of sub?
Uh-oh.
Meatball. That's right. Do you like it? Yeah, good. So I just got done putting Jackson to sleep, and I said to Jen, come over here, I have a question for you. And she said, oh, okay. I just said, let me get my water. I said, it's okay. It'll be a short question. Then she sat down and I said, it might not be that short.
Oh no.
And I said, this is my personality. I like to look at things that are for sale. I don't know why.
Sorry,
but
I'm eating a mini Reese's.
So the thing that I'm looking at right now is like camping gear.
Yeah.
I really like camping gear. I like looking at it and seeing like what's available and what's out there. And one of the things that if we were to go camping without an RV that we would need would be a grill. of some kind. And so I was looking up those like rollaway grills, portable grills.
I feel like we have one.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
But I came across a George Foreman grill. You remember George Foreman grill?
Oh, before he went upstairs, I'm editing the Universal Wand, the new Wand video. And before you went upstairs, you were like, remind me to tell you about George Foreman.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
So
This is it. This is
George Foreman grills, right? This is like for college kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
I had
Every
one.
college kid gets a George Foreman grill. That's
Yeah.
like the very first thing you learn to cook on.
I had a purple one.
They're pretty great. Like,
Yeah.
I can't complain. The one thing that I do complain about is cleaning them,
Okay.
because you can't wash them, right?
Yeah, you can.
What? How?
I washed mine with like a sponge, like a wet sponge.
Okay, so you
And I
gave it
would,
a little
like-
sponge
Oh,
bath.
no, you have my hair in your beard.
That was my hair. I was saving that.
Okay.
Um,
But I did, like, you would
you
get
gave
it.
it a little sponge bath,
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
right?
Yeah.
You know what they invented?
What?
A dishwasher-safe George Foreman grill.
Really?
Yeah. It says the entire thing is submersible.
That seems impossible.
I thought so too. So that's why I wanted to bring it up to you. Because, number one, if this was possible, why haven't we been doing it the whole time?
Sometimes people haven't invented things yet.
And number two, I think you get like a unit. You know, like this morning I made bacon. With the bacon I have a griddle. And
Which, I have to say, I love bacon. I hate making bacon. The whole house stunk
Yeah.
like meat for hours.
Yeah.
You smell like my clothes. When I changed, my clothes still smelled like bacon from earlier. And I was like, I didn't even think I smelled like bacon.
You mean
But I
the whole
did.
time we went to Universal today, the whole time we were at Universal we stunk like bacon?
No, it was my pajamas.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
And I was just like, what the heck? And so I wish you could, like, your brother does this thing
Oh
where
my
he
gosh.
he cooks bacon outside. He has an outside microwave that he cooks bacon in. It
Which,
just
by the way, brother, what are you doing microwaving your bacon?
it works for them. But like, I always thought it was weird, but it is actually such a good idea.
Right.
Because your house doesn't stink. But I guess then you're inviting probably animals outside are like, bacon?
Oh. The bears are like,
Like, oh, I could go for some bacon.
smells like First Watch out here. Is there Denny's coming by?
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm just trying to cook pancake and bacon pancakes.
But that was, I don't know. So we got that grill. We redid our back patio and we got like the grill, and that has a flat top.
Right.
We should cook it on that.
Right, we should.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Cooked it inside.
Yeah.
So anyways, that the griddle that we have, which by the way, griddles are a great idea, but like, they're terrible. Because like,
They're too big and they're hard to clean. Just like a George Foreman.
they are too big and they are hard to clean, but there's also an element that like surrounds it and heats up the cast iron griddle. But like the part that has the element on it cooks everything faster over top of it.
Oh yeah, it cooks unevenly. Yeah.
So
yeah.
like if I were to cook pancakes on it, there'd be like one line of really cooked pancake and the rest of it's just like normal. You did that thing that like gymnast did where she didn't win gold and she was
I was just thinking about that element, how it
elements.
doesn't cook the bacon properly.
Who knew that George Foreman would change the landscape of America?
I think he was really smart. I think he did a really smart thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes a good chicken.
I feel like what's the next, you know what I think that was for somebody else was that Scrub Daddy.
Oh yeah.
I think that was somebody's like George Foreman grill, the Scrub Daddy. Now it's like this whole thing.
Why is it a whole thing? Why not use?
I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that little, it's a sponge, not a sponge. It's like a hard,
Yeah.
plasticky cleaning product, but it has like a smiley face.
Yeah.
I think it was on Shark Tank. I think it was like one of the first big Shark Tank things.
Yeah.
And I remember your mom gave us some.
Listen, when I went over to my mom's house recently to pick up the trailer for the golf cart, she had a whole box full of them.
Yeah,
like
she.
different shapes.
Well, she gave us some. They have a Scrub Mommy now too.
Yeah.
But which is weird. But they gave us some. She gave us some way a long time ago.
From Shark Tank.
Probably when it first was on Shark Tank. Yeah, and I was just like, who needs this thing? But I guess like a bajillion people needed it.
Yeah. It's like we just use a sponge.
I just thought it was too rough.
Yeah.
It felt like too abrasive.
Well, that was the thing about it.
But I guess it's not. I don't know.
is when it heats up, it gets softer.
Oh, really?
That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you like put it in hot water and it gets softer.
See, I didn't know the like lore,
Oh,
the
you
Scrub
didn't-
Daddy lore.
You didn't read the Scrub Daddy lore.
I didn't. You know what's really funny is recently I did a post on Instagram about my lore. This is where my lore began, and a few people were like, I think you misspelled love. I think you meant to write love, not lore." But it was a meme. It was a meme. Like it was a thing that somebody did, and it was like my lore. Like this is how I became who I am.
Yeah.
And so then some other people were doing like Disney versions or theme park versions of that. And so I wrote like, this is where my lore began, but I meant lore, not love.
Yeah.
But it is also where my love began.
My grandfather was a sign painter. This sounds like a joke, doesn't it? Sounds like I'm starting a joke. But he really was. He was a sign painter, and people would pay him to misspell things on their signs.
Yeah, so if you'd go into the store and be like, hey, your sign is spelled wrong. Silly.
This is the 22nd century. What century? On the 21st century? 21st century version of that.
Yeah, spelling something wrong. People do that all the time.
Spell something wrong on the internet.
I will sometimes spell things wrong in our titles, like of our videos, not on purpose, just because I accidentally spelled, it's a typo, I just spelled it wrong. And we get so many comments. I think people are so excited to correct somebody. And I think that that's where it comes from. They just want to be like, hey, you did it wrong. But it does. That's the same thing. It worked out because we would get all these comments. And I'm like,
Jerry Lewis.
oh my gosh.
What is Jerry Lewis doing signing his name anywhere in 1996?
I don't know. I also thought it was so funny because I thought when you were saying, we're referencing the Hollywood Studios video, which if you guys haven't seen the Hollywood Studios video or the Animal Kingdom video where Tim goes and like finds like little secrets around the park, like little hidden details around the park, they're really good videos. If you guys haven't seen them, check them out. But I'll link them down below. But in that video, you see the Walk of Fame, the stars, like where you put your
handprints at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
And you were like, oh, Jenny Lewis. She's in Goonies. She
wasn't in Goonies.
Jenny Lewis was in Goonies.
Was she?
Yeah.
She doesn't have that list. I looked through her entire IMDb and I don't remember seeing Goonies. Her big thing was Troop Beverly Hills.
I think she was the redhead girl. Let me look. This is me. I'm them. I want to correct you so bad right now.
Oh, yeah.
I am them.
Right.
It is me. We are the same.
Everybody's the same.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Carrie Green.
Carrie Green.
Dang, I thought it was Jenny Lewis.
Yeah, see?
Okay, I was
She was
wrong.
in Troop Beverly Hills, though.
Oh, that's so wild. So Chris Columbus wrote The Goonies with Steven Spielberg. Chris Columbus is the one who did the original Harry Potter.
He directed the first Harry Potter, yeah.
That's so wild.
Which I don't know why he didn't direct any more after that one.
He must have been so old.
What? Yeah, I mean, how old is he now? Click on him.
I don't know.
Maybe he was very young. How does he look?
He had to have been a baby. He was born in 1958.
That's not that old.
So he would have been like 30 something.
What?
No, that can't be right. Is that right?
When he
80s,
directed
he would have been like 30.
Goonies.
Could you imagine being 30? We're 40.
Right?
Could you imagine 10 years ago writing a movie with Steven Spielberg?
No, look up Steven Spielberg because he was also very young.
Wasn't he E.T.?
Before Goonies?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think by this point, when did E.T. come out? But I think by this point, he wasn't like Steven Spielberg.
He was. He did E.T.
How old was he when he wrote E.T. or when he did he write it?
I guess he was 40. He was only 10 years older than Chris Columbus.
See?
That's so wild. But he was already a name. He was already Steven Spielberg. Could you imagine, what did you do when you were 30? You didn't write a movie with Steven Spielberg.
Could have.
I don't think so. Not just you, like I couldn't have either. But that's like so wild to me. And then he did Harry Potter?
Yeah.
What's that guy doing?
What?
Chris Columbus, yeah.
What's the lady? He's a big time director.
I don't know if he is anymore.
But
because they would have kept him. They didn't keep him for the rest of.
I think he didn't keep himself.
How would you not? How would you do the first Harry Potter and be like, I'm good?
He just did Nosferatu.
He produced it though.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, wow.
What is his most was directing?
Oh, he did Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Okay, but is that the new? No, it's 2010 one. That's the one that everybody hated.
Ooh, Chris Columbus.
Yeah, that was the other one, and nobody liked that one.
Oh no.
Harry
Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Bicentennial Man.
He directed Bicentennial Man.
Wow.
Oh no.
If you
Mrs. Doubtfire. He's Home Alone.
Wow.
This guy's got some bangers.
That's so wild to me. So if you haven't seen, it was one of our live shows. It was the podcast. It was one of the podcasts that I co-hosted, but we talked about Bicentennial Man for kind of a long time because it was a movie that was my favorite movie in high school. And we talked about like what was the plot, which I still can't tell you what the plot is. I honestly have no clue, but he directed that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So why isn't Chris Columbus a bigger like name?
And we're talking about the like director, producer, Chris Columbus, not the colonizer, Chris Columbus.
Yeah,
different guys.
Two different guys.
Yeah.
Very different men.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess he should probably change his name.
Maybe that's what it is. He did. He closed by Chris.
Do you think like in old times, Christophers like went by Chris?
Yeah, why not? But Steven Spielberg was so sure that he was going to get into movies, he would sneak on to the Universal backlot and like watch movies being made. He would like break and enter.
I think I think back then it wasn't that big of a deal.
Right.
Now, obviously, it's like a big deal. You can't do that. But like back then, I think it was a little different. But I think that's like, I don't know if that's like I'm so sure I'm going to do this. I think it's more of like I love this so much, I'm going to do this.
Right.
Like, I don't know, but I mean, he did do it.
He did it.
He did it.
Proud of you, Steven.
He's like, thanks.
Right? Steven's going to see this and be like,
wow.
wow. Validated. Never before have I felt more validation in my life.
I really am like doing the right.
Yeah, he's like driving down Amblin Road at Universal Studios, and he's like, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Wow. And then now he can finally retire.
If somebody said, who would have to say that to you for you to be like, oh man, I am in the right like field?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, why?
Imagine if Ryan Gosling came up to you from The Notebook.
Yeah.
And he said, Jen, you're doing great.
No, I mean like you are a great YouTuber. You're doing what you should be doing. You're great at filming things in the world.
That's a great question. I don't know. Like, yeah, Ryan Gosling's a silly answer. I would like to hear Ryan Gosling say it though.
Okay.
But I don't know. Who would you?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It's funny because so what I'm doing, I'm only doing, I love editing. I'm not the best editor. I'm not the worst editor. I like doing it. It affords me opportunities to do other things that I love, which is like, going to Disneyland and going to other theme parks and that, but also to be with my kids more, which is like to not have to be away from them with like a regular 9 to 5. But I don't know that it's like, I'm only doing it because I thought that I could do it better than you.
Right.
And I didn't want to work at the mall.
Right.
And so I was like, I think if I learn how to do this, I could do a better job, because then you could solely do the filming and I could do this part. So
right.
you wouldn't have to worry about it. And then I wouldn't have to work at the mall anymore. And so I watched a YouTube video and I was like, I could do that. I could use Premiere. I could do cut and paste. I could figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that I don't know if this is the job that I was like, one day I'm going to be an editor on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know who I would want to tell me.
It's the same thing with YouTube in general. Like, it hasn't been around long enough.
Yeah.
For us to be like, it's not like you're looking up to Frank Sinatra or whatever. There's not like an 80-year-old YouTuber that you're like, that guy's been in it. We're those people. We've been in it since 2009.
Yeah. It's so wild. It's really like truly a wild thing to think about. But yeah, I guess, maybe you would be somebody's person. You would be somebody's like, hey, you're doing it.
Yeah, it would be like...
Maybe. I don't know if that's really the case, but like you could be...
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like braggadocious.
You know what? You are doing it. And I am proud of you.
Oh, are you mine?
No, everybody else. I mean, yes. I am proud of you. You're doing great. But I was trying to be inspirational.
Oh, to people out there. Because a lot of you guys have your own channels. Yeah.
But I was thinking like, who were the first YouTubers out there that if like Smosh came up to us and was like, "You're doing great," you know. Who's the first one
that I would think of?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'd have to get back to you. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the people that we watched originally, like in 2009 and stuff, they don't do it anymore.
Julian Smith.
Yeah, he is now giving people advice on their projects.
Yeah.
And he is not really doing it anymore.
Right.
So I'd be interested to talk to somebody about how that change was. How to go from, because a lot of when we were first starting out, a lot of the bigger YouTubers way back then, they went into TV or they sold their channels. A lot of them sold their channels to Chinese companies.
Right.
And then they had no ownership over their channels. And a lot of them really, they regretted doing that. I've read a lot of like little mini articles of people saying they regretted doing that. They should have never done that, but they felt like at the time it was a good financial move. And so I would love to talk to somebody from back then who was like really big back then.
Yeah. And
how their life has changed, you know, because a lot of them like went into TV and then it didn't work out because sometimes YouTube doesn't really translate to TV.
Right.
Or, you know,
it has been more and more recently, like lately, more and more YouTubers are becoming successful on TV.
But like in the beginning, they weren't.
Right.
Because people were like, "You're just a YouTuber." But like now, it's like, "Wow, you're a YouTuber."
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
It's interesting.
It's like weird to think about that.
Yeah.
As a YouTuber.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that, like Dave Days, he was on YouTube for a long time and then he stopped and
he made music. He was like a child. He literally was a young child
yeah.
who made music. He was a drummer?
He was a guitarist.
Oh, guitarist, yeah. But it was back when like everybody had like the Bieber hair and like the boy bands were big.
Right.
And like
But he did sort of like pop punky type stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he moved from the YouTube space to doing almost like consulting, helping people evaluate themselves to companies. So I thought that was interesting, like an interesting transition out of the YouTube space.
Yeah, because nobody teaches you that.
Right.
Like when you become a YouTuber, a lot of the people you watch probably, you know, do ads or that kind of stuff, you know, and it's like you're the product.
Right.
So you have to kind of say like, oh, you could get a huge return because of X, Y, Z, you know, but you have to be able to do that. And it's something that's not like there's no class. Maybe there is a class now.
Yeah, there probably is.
Yeah.
Today's video has been sponsored by Squarespace.
That's amazing.
It hasn't.
I've seen enough Squarespace ads. I could probably recite one to you from like, because everybody is sponsored by Squarespace. We're not. I've literally never used it. I've never made my own website. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah, so also today's your birthday.
Happy birthday.
How did it go?
Justin Bieber.
Oh yeah, it's Justin Bieber's birthday
Happy
as well.
birthday, Justin Bieber.
We just talked about you. We just talked about the Biebs.
Justin Bieber. You're doing great. And I'm proud of you.
I don't know if he is.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he's having a hard time right now actually.
Why? What happened?
I think he's going through a little bit. So what did you think? How's being 43? Do you feel different?
I'm 43?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I do not feel different because that's the way that it is. After you turn 30, you don't feel any different except for your body just hurts all the time. But I'm used to that by now because it's been hurting for 10 plus years now.
I feel like it was, so we're going on this trip, which you're going to hear more about in the coming videos. We're going on this trip and I feel like we celebrated, but I wanted to make sure that you had something special today, your birthday. So that's why we did like the little cake and the treats and stuff. But I think that we're gonna have a better, because I'm gonna be fully transparent. I don't know that today was like the best birthday.
Right.
I feel like you didn't have the best birthday you've ever had today because we had like other stuff that we had to do. And I knew that we were going to like celebrate your birthday when we're gone on this trip. So I feel bad that your actual birthday was not like the best day ever.
That's okay.
But like, it was just kind of a normal day.
Yeah.
And I think that happens as you get older.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So.
That's okay.
All right. The kids had fun.
Yeah.
So that's good. You know, like that was I had fun. I had a good time at Universal.
Jackson liked blowing out my candles.
Yeah, he did.
That was like the highlight of his day. He's like, we have to have the party. And I was like, what? And he's like, we got to put the candles in.
He was so funny. So last night when you were putting the kids to bed, I was waiting for him to come out so I could, because he goes to that. You guys read your stories, and then he comes out and goes to the bathroom, and then you do one more story sometimes, and then you go to bed. You like he lays in his bed. And so I was waiting for him to come out to go to the bathroom, and I was like, hey, come over here. Don't tell Daddy. And he was like, what? And I was like, come over here. I need you to help me with something. And
then
so,
I said, what?
Yeah. I'm sure you knew.
No, I thought you were just telling him you loved him.
Oh, well, we were gone for a while. Because I needed him to write in the card. Yeah. So he wrote in the card, which he's really good about, like, he's writing so well now. Mm-hmm. But he wrote in the card, and he wrote, I love you, and he wrote his name. He's like, I said, Daddy's birthday is tomorrow. And I said, this card is for Daddy's birthday. And he's like, oh. He's like, where should we put it? And he goes, I'm gonna give it to him right now. And I was like, oh no, buddy, it's for tomorrow. So I'm gonna hide it, and then in the morning we'll give it to him. Yeah. And so I hid it, and then he was so excited. He's like, where's all the secret stuff?
Oh, when he came downstairs this morning?
I think he wants to be like, he wants like a secret, like a surprise. He loves surprising. Yeah. So I think he was really excited.
Which I felt bad because I had to come downstairs early because Oliver woke up early this morning. So I didn't get a big, Jackson didn't get to give me the big surprise because I'd already seen it when I came downstairs.
But he was still excited for you to
Yeah.
He was still excited for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cute. But yeah, we're gonna for real celebrate your birthday when we go on this trip.
Okay.
So don't worry.
I won't.
You'll have a real birthday celebration.
No worries.
I just don't think we can ever fully come back from your 40th birthday.
Right.
So I just can't even try now.
What?
You know?
You're not even gonna, you're like, I give up.
That's just the way, you know? But I'll link his 40th birthday down below. But yeah, I just feel like maybe we shouldn't have done that. Because now what do I do?
Well, go to do a strip.
A strip?
No, yeah, do that. I said, let's go on this trip.
I thought he said something else. But now you're just going to get cookie cakes, so deal with that.
I like the cookie cake.
So yeah, I mean, sorry this vlog was not probably what you thought it was going to be.
This has been the best vlog there ever was.
I don't know.
Listen, vlog, I'm proud of you.
Leave a comment down below. Thanks for hanging out with us for your B-Day.
Yeah.
Not you. I feel like I'm thanking you for hanging out with us on
your
B-Day.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out with us on my birthday. Also, happy birthday to that guy from Supernatural.
What guy?
One of the two brothers from Supernatural has the same birthday as me.
I feel like March 1st is a popular B-Day. It's somebody else's birthday too, like Avril Lavigne or something.
The guy from The Who, one of the people from The Who, I think.
Tommy.
He wasn't in The Who, I don't think. They just wrote a whole rock opera about how good he was at pinball.
I think he's like an honorary Who at that point.
Yeah.
They wrote a whole album about him.
I don't know if he was the pinball guy either. I just know that he had a song.
Tommy was a pinball wizard, wasn't he?
I don't know if he was. I don't think he is Tommy the pinball wizard. She was 100% in Goonies.
But this one I think I'm really right about. Let me look.
Gosh,
Let me just look.
The local lad who marvels at Tommy Walker's skill. So yeah, I think you're right. So, thank you guys. I don't think it was his birthday. All that to say.
It was Tommy's birthday.
I don't think it was Tommy's birthday. I'm sorry, Tommy. His birthday was a different time.
I'm crying.
We're talking about who has the same birthday as me. Famous people that have the same birthday as me.
Yes.
And of course, Justin Bieber. But then there was a bunch that I forgot about. Kesha. Mm-hmm. Jensen Ackles.
I like how you call him Jensen Ankles.
Ackles.
Jensen Ankles.
Tyreek Hill.
Lots of other YouTubers.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Javier Bardem.
Ron Howard.
Yeah.
Harry Belafonte. Who's the same age as me? Who has the exact same birthday as me?
No one.
Nobody?
No one was born on the same exact birthday as you. You were the only one. You were the only baby born that day on the planet.
There's the hospitals for like... And the one that my mom went to, which was the same one that you were born at.
That's true.
And the same one that Jackson was born at. They're like...
It's a miracle.
This is amazing.
They said you did it.
This child...
A modern marvel of science.
I was going to just reiterate miracle, but you already said that. Because how come nobody else was born on the same day as me? Leave me a comment if you were born on the exact same day as me.
You weren't though. We'll know that it's not true.
I'm sure somebody was.
No, I'm joking.
I know that a lot of people have the same birthday as me.
Yeah.
But I want to know if you were born
On the same year.
on the same year. What
Yeah.
year was that?
You'll have to guess.
I'm 43 years old.
This is a math equation now, folks. Good luck.
So, thank you guys for hanging out.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, if it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
If you have a birthday at all, play this message on your birthday. Happy birthday
Okay.
from us. Also, you're going to Disney World.
Go get in the car. Your parents are waiting for you with your bags packed.
Yeah. Do it. Just wake them up right now.
No, stop.
So, thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a fantastic day. And with that being said, we're off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.